Welcome back to Cottage Designs by Erin, where today the sun is shining. I just got off work, so I thought I'd upload a really quick video about Dresden Plate quilts. So I've had a very strange turn of events. This quilt on my design wall, you can see the side pieces and the quilting pieces, I started making for my daughter when she was 7 years old. And I decided to make it in colors of blue, pink, and yellow. It is based on this pattern by Leisure Arts called Dresden Plate, and it is a template pattern, and it came with the vinyl templates. So I started cutting this all out, and I actually had 8 blocks made, and then my daughter changed her mind and decided she did not like these colors. So many years later, probably close to 20 years later, I sold the blocks and the border pieces to a friend of mine named Alita. Now, if you watched my other videos, you know that Alita was my quilting buddy, and she invited me to Quilt Guild, which is how I became a member. And she passed away the same year my mother passed away. They passed away just a couple months apart in the summer of 2021. So when her son Jonathan started cleaning out her things, I said, look for this quilt, and if you can find it, I would like to have it back. Lo and behold, last week he found the quilt blocks and the side pieces and all the extra little pieces that I cut out and put these on my kitchen door handle and said, I found what you're looking for. It's outside on your kitchen door. So I now have the quilt back in my possession, and so I would like to finish this for my granddaughter, Grace Josephine, who will be 2 in May. So a little history on the Dresden Plate. The Dresden Plate block originated in the 1920s and was inspired by ornate porcelain plates from Dresden, Germany. The pattern became popular when it was published in the 1930s. Often made using feed sacks, which were used to store grain. So I am going to move the camera to my hands. I'm not sewing today. I'm just showing you how you would put it together. So with all these parts and pieces here, the ideal block would alternate light, dark. Okay. So in this case, I would probably go with a blue, and you could alternate every other block, blue and yellow. This particular pattern has 18 petals sewn together. So next I would do another yellow, maybe like this, and you would just start sewing all these pieces together. They are then placed, and I'm sorry, nothing's ironed because I just literally grabbed everything out of the bag. So you would then put these, I think they are sewn on 15 by 15 inch white blocks. Now, if you notice in this pattern, there's no centerpiece on the plates. So you turn down this edge, and you usually would buttonhole stitch around it, or you can machine stitch it, or you could hand applique it, and you would also hand applique the outside edges. So that's what your plates then look like once they are sewn together. Now, let me move my camera back up. I took a couple blue blocks out of this, and for my daughter's birthday, I think her 29th birthday, I took those blocks and had them sewn together in a quilt, and she just loves it. She still uses it to this day. So I'm going to try to upload a picture on this video so you can see what those blocks look like. Now, interesting fact, this week I went to Quilt Guild, and we had a class about how to identify when quilts were made. And so basically, you look for the most modern piece of fabric, say it's this, And whatever the most modern piece of fabric is, you determine what year that fabric came from. So clearly this is from the 90s. And so this pattern would be considered a 1990s quilt, even though it's now being made all these years later. I thought that was an interesting fact. So I love template quilting. A lot of people don't like it. I have no problem tracing around these old things and cutting them out. And I'll be honest with you, I get the absolute best accuracy from template quilts. I don't know if I don't know what I'm doing with rotary cutting, or if I go too fast, or if I don't use accurate pressure, or I'm not sure what the problem is. I have all the new stuff. I've got the mats, I've got the rotary cutters, but anytime I do it, I don't seem to get the accuracy that I get when making template quilts. Now, the scallop border is really beautiful on this. I think it's very eye-catching. I will not be able to bind that myself. I'll have to have it professionally bound. But look at this. Look how cute this is. Isn't that just darling? And it looks so fresh and springy. And blue and yellow has actually come back in style now that cottagecore is back in. So I hope you learned something from my video today. I actually want to talk more about template quilting, but it won't happen today. Today, I just wanted to show you this. You can still buy this pattern on eBay. Leisure Arts, America's Best Loved Quilts, Dresden Plate with vinyl templates included. Look at that price, $4.95. That was so cheap back in the day. And this came out in 1993, which happens to be the year that my daughter was born. So I hope you learned a little bit from my video. Please like and subscribe and give me a thumbs up. I am trying to get to 4,000 subscribers, and when I hit that magic number, we will do a giveaway. Thank you. Please come again.